Hi, my name is Sharon. I'm a busy mum of 3 boys. I stay at home with them, which is a blessing because I get to see them grow up all their first.
Brilliant stuff. So we'd love to know a little bit about your own journey with this whole problem here in Donegal.
Yeah, so everybody knows that we are in a crisis here in Donegal at the moment with the MICA, and we're fighting with the government to get 100%. Now, our own journey, we bought our home in 2005 and things were great. Back then in 2016, 2017, I would have noticed cracks outside and didn't think much of them at the time, but just as time went on, and Micah was mentioned kind of from 2016 on prime time, I was like, oh, maybe not. And I did mention to a few neighbours, but they were all like, oh, it's just settling cracks. So that kind of was okay. But as time has went on now, this last few years, especially this last 6 to 8 months, there's a lot of damage at the front of our house, and I'm actually scared to think what it's going to look like after this winter. We have a lot of cracks inside our front hall, the whole way up our landing. I seen new cracks in my boy's bedroom the other day, and that actually brings me to a very scary topic. A few months ago, my eldest boy, Dara, spoke to me in the car and he's like, so when are we moving home, Mum? And I was like, we're not moving house, pet. And he was like, but we have to. And I was like, why is that? Because we wouldn't really have spoke about Micah around the kids. And he was like, because our home is crackling, just like my friends, and some of them have had to move out. And I just kind of was like, well, not at the moment. Our house isn't that bad that we have to move out, but maybe in years to come. But at the moment, we're quite safe where we are. So like, I have that worry now as a mum going to bed every night, thinking my kids have this going through their heads going to bed. No child should have to be living in a house at 7 years of age. The fear is their house, like, are they safe in it? And a child should be a child for as long as possible.
You have some beautiful children here. We've been watching play, and you're a great mom. And the first goal of any parent is to protect them and also to give them a safe home. Do you feel that has really impacted on you as a mum?
Definitely, because for years I actually didn't know if I was ever going to have kids, and now I'm blessed to have 3. So like, for me now is the biggest to protect them, because I fought to have them for so long. Like, it's just like, we bought this house in good faith, and it's no fault of our own why we're sitting in a house now that is basically crumbling down around us, and you have no heart to even do a bit of painting, bit of decoration. Like, my whole upstairs would actually need a revamp. The boys' room would need painted, but sure, what's the point? Because it needs to go to the ground more than likely, because that's the safest thing to do for any home in Donegal, not this patchwork, because in 10-15 years could be the same thing.
I'm a mum myself of 3 children, and I know I can get affected by worry and stress. Do you feel that that's something that contributed to, your own journey along the way with all of this?
Definitely, because as a person before I had kids, I would have suffered from depression. Now, that is a very private topic that I would never have normally spoken about, but I feel now is the time to reach out, because I have learned keys over the years to maintain my mental health. And today is World Suicide Day as well. And to me, 5-6 years ago, if this was, well, we are living in MICA for that long, but as in bad it is right now, I think I would be in a darker place, because I have been in a darker place. But I've learned them keys to maintain my mental health. But I still have that worry going to bed every night. But I do a lot of work daily to keep on top of my mental health.
So for other parents out there who might be struggling with the same thing as you, would there be any specific key point that you could say, look, this is something maybe you could do to deal with your mental health going through the whole crisis right now?
Definitely talk to people. Definitely, because for years I tried to fix myself, sweep it under the carpet, and that gets you nowhere, only into a deeper dark hole.
You've wonderful children, as we've mentioned already, and we have, in the next few months, very pivotal times that they celebrate as children, and they're only small for a certain amount of years. Does that really worry you that you can't and possibly won't have a home for them to celebrate the next few years?
Definitely, like all my children have been here since the moment they've been born. Like their memories, their handprints are everywhere around the walls, like all our memories. Like my middle child is birthday next week, you know, and you have to celebrate those occasions. But yeah, I'm scared to think where they're going to wake up on Christmas morning, and maybe not this Christmas because we'll be here, but maybe 2 years down the line, sure, God knows, we could be out in the street in a mobile home. And nobody should live like that after spending all our money and our savings that we worked all our lives to buy our homes, a safe place to raise our family.
And you speak about how important your family are to you, and a lot of people are looking at how this is about bricks and mortar, but really this isn't what it's about for you.
Definitely not. Yes, people from outside, yes, it's just bricks and water, but I'm sure they have a home that they cherish and love as well and bring their children up in. So like to me, it's our family home, my home to hand down to my children when I'm no longer, you know, in years to come, something to hand down to them. They be like, Mum and Dad worked hard for all this for a safe home for us to live in, to grow up in.
If you get the 100% redress, how will that impact on you?
So it will just be the bonus that we need. It's what we need, because when I moved in here, it was just me and my husband, and that was fine. We did room by room. That was grand. You were able to do the sitting room one month and then another. But as a family now with 3 kids, we need a home that we can walk into and live straight away. So we need 100% to refit our kitchens, our stoves, our cookers, our washing machines, everything. Like there's no way you would save my kitchen and rebuild it in there. It's fallen apart after being here like 14, 15 years as it is.
And we can hear the little people in the background. You're so good staying with us on this, because that's the reality of most mothers out there, is that you do get involved with something and then the little voice is mammy or whatever as well. So going forward in the future for you, your main goal coming from this present campaign is to achieve one singular goal, and that is
100% and no less. It's what we deserve.